When a client hands you a check that bounces, it feels like a standard business dispute. But under Indian law, that dishonored paper carries a penalty of up to 2 years in prison. That criminal liability, however, doesn't trigger the moment the teller hands the check back to you. The offense is built over the days and weeks following the bounce, and it only takes shape if the payee follows a rigid, unforgiving legal clock. Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act operates through a sequence of 5 mandatory conditions that must be met in a specific chronological order. Missing one step in this sequence means the payee loses their right to recover the money in criminal court. Completing them all threatens the drawer with the loss of their freedom. The first prerequisite is the nature of the transaction. The check must have been issued to pay off a real, provable obligation, like an unpaid invoice for delivered goods or a formal loan repayment. Courts draw a hard line here. A check handed over as a birthday gift or a blank check left as a vague security deposit fails this test. If there is no underlying commercial debt, there is no crime. Even with a solid debt, the paper itself has a lifespan. Reserve Bank of India regulations dictate that a check physically expires exactly 3 months after the date written on its face. If you leave that check sitting in a drawer and try to deposit it on day 91, the bank will reject it as stale. Because the presentation happened outside that 3-month window, the rejection cannot be used to launch a criminal case. An ironclad contract and a clear debt mean nothing in criminal court if the piece of paper has already expired. The process officially begins with the bank return memo, the written declaration from the bank that the check was dishonored. The specific reason, whether insufficient funds, account closed, or payment stopped, is secondary to the fact that the transaction failed. The date printed on that bank memo is day 0. It activates a countdown clock that dictates every subsequent legal move. From day 0, the payee has exactly 30 days to draft and send a formal written demand for the money. The courts show no mercy for delay. If you drop that notice in the mail on day 31, the window for a criminal case has already closed. That bank memo serves as the formal starting gun for the payee's only window to demand justice. Once the notice is delivered, the law grants the drawer a final grace period, exactly 15 days from the moment they receive the demand to clear the debt. If the clock strikes midnight on the 15th day and no payment has arrived, the criminal offense is officially complete. At dawn on day 16, the final timer starts. The payee now possesses a strict 30-day window to file their formal complaint before a magistrate. This complaint must be filed in the local court governing the payee's bank branch, where the check was originally deposited, regardless of where the drawer lives. Successfully completing each of these steps transforms a banking failure into an active criminal prosecution, where the legal burden of proof shifts heavily onto the accused. Despite the law's clarity, thousands of cases fail every year because of 3 highly predictable strategic errors. The first is casual timing. Indian courts rarely grant extensions in check bounce matters. Missing a deadline by a single day is fatal to the case. The second error occurs during the demand notice. Payees often ruin their standing by greedily lumping 18% interest and legal fees into the total demand sum. The legal notice must plainly demand the exact numerical value written on the bounced check. Any claim for interest or penalties must be asked for separately to keep the primary demand valid. The final mistake is committed by the accused, the belief that calling their bank to cancel a check shields them from Section 138. In reality, ordering a stop payment without a verified legal defense provides the magistrate with concrete evidence of a dishonest intent to evade a debt. Section 138 is not about emotion or intent. It is a cold, clock-driven mechanism that rewards absolute procedural precision. Next time, we'll navigate the rules of consumer court complaints. Until then, remember this is for educational purposes under the NI Act and BNSS 2023. Always consult an advocate for your specific case.